Could a government shutdown hurt the price of Bitcoin in the short run? We're going to find out in a sec. My name is Graham Elwood. You're watching the Bitcoin Vigilante. Support our show. Let's get into it. This article was in CoinDesk, and Bitcoin steady right now. Currently, it's at 114,000. But Bitfinex warns of a downside risk of a U.S. government shutdown looms. Bitcoin has been bouncing back. So let's get into what this story is saying. The bounce in crypto markets mostly stalled on Tuesday with the U.S. government on track to shut down at midnight Eastern time. We're only a couple hours away as the recording of this show. It's 9:30 at night, a couple hours away. So Bitcoin went up to 115. It slid back down to 114. And Ethereum has been trading just above 41,000. But what this is saying, gold has been climbing up. When the government shuts down, all non-essential activities under the executive branch will halt, which will likely include any of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and federal bank regulators' ongoing efforts to create new rules for the crypto industry. While the shutdown won't have an effect on people's ability to file comments for open rulemaking efforts, it's unlikely anyone at those agencies will be tasked to read the feedback. This halt may also affect ongoing efforts by companies to list and trade exchange-traded funds tied to cryptocurrencies like Solana. CoinDesk reported earlier on Tuesday. Congress work on crypto market structure legislation will be delayed. The Senate Banking Committee already postponed a tentatively planned markup, a hearing to debate provisions on the bill on its market structure draft from Tuesday to later in October. The Senate Agricultural Committee has not published any draft legislation. So this is a shutdown would also halt the release of key economic indicators such as jobs data. And oh, wow, that's why they want to shut the government down. They don't want the jobs data to go. There's no new jobs. Trump's economy is not doing good. It's awful. It was awful under Biden because these corrupt ruling elites and these two utterly corrupt parties serve the bankers and Wall Street. They do not serve the American people. When are Americans going to wake up to this? I don't know. A shutdown would also halt the release of economic data, so they want to hide. They always want to bury that data. Data delays could complicate the Federal Reserve's monetary policy decisions, with ripple effects echoing across rate markets. The report noted global investors have already been cutting U.S. exposure. Ooh, I've been talking about that. They're not buying U.S. bonds. I don't think the rest of the world's investors have faith in the U.S. Why would you? It's a collapsing empire. A trend which a protracted shutdown could accelerate. So a government shutdown, what they're saying basically, for markets, the immediate risk is confidence erosion and a data blind spots rather than systemic financial instability, Bitfinex says. Zooming out, Bitcoin is still in a corrective phase since the Fed's interest rate cut in September, which turned out to be buy the rumor, sell the news event. The report noted, unlike previous cycles, this one unfolded in three distinct multi-month surges, each capped by widespread profit taking. So let's talk about that. So what this is saying, there's already a lack of confidence in the United States. I've talked about this. Other governments and investors are not buying American bonds. Usually buying bonds is like because people have faith that the American economy, it's the strongest one in the world. It's going to be great. Everything's awesome. But people are saying, oh, no, it's not. So the shutdown, what this could do is accelerate the lack of investment in America overall. And the Fed rate cut, I did a story on this last week. The evidence shows the federal rate cut brings the price of Bitcoin down, but then it'll slowly start coming up, which is actually what's been happening. It went down to as much as 103, 104, 105, 107 in the last week. It's gone down, but it's been slowly climbing up to 111, 112. We're up to 114 today. So this government shutdown, what I think will happen, it'll drop, the markets will drop. The price of Bitcoin will go down. It'll be a good time to buy it. It'll be on sale. It might go under 100K. could easily go down like it did in April when Trump's tariffs tanked all the markets. Bitcoin went to about 80, 85K. It could go down that low again easily, which would be a great time to buy in. And again, you can buy Bitcoin for as little as $10. I mean, I think it's when the price, buy the dip. I always say buy the dip. I think it could spark then, it could accelerate, as it says in that report from Bitfinex, it could accelerate just the collapse of the US economy, the US dollar, everything this could be like the house of cards and just like the domino effect. The government shut down, and within several months, the dollar's not worth much. And all the markets tank, the real estate. I mean, I've talked about the car loan bubble. 60% of American car loans are more than 90 days late. That's the data I read. There might be different data out there, but that's not a good sign. There's a student debt bubble we've talked about. There's a housing bubble. And then there's the commercial real estate bubble. Since COVID, commercial real estate has been tanked because companies are like not going back into offices. I mean, how many people they work remotely? You know, I know companies that got rid of their office space and just gave their employees either money to create a nice home office, like give them, you know, $500 to buy a good office chair or lights or whatever. Or I know a company that they just gave all of their employees paid for their co-working membership, so they can all just go to a nice co-working space and the company pays for it. And it's pennies on the dollar to what renting of whole office space is. So there's the commercial. So I think this shutdown, if they don't just, you know, do an 11th hour, sign something and kick the can down the road, which they'll probably do. But if they let this and we're gonna fight this out, and Trump's bring all these generals in, I think they're like trying to nosedive or they know the economy is going to nosedive, and there's going to be riots in the streets and food riots, and that's why all the generals are back. Like it could ramp into something crazy like that. I hope it doesn't. But if it does, this is why I've been saying buy Bitcoin and hang on to it. And if the price drops, buy the dip. So we're in crazy times. So follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. All this stuff is connected. All of what's happening is connected. All the generals being brought to Quantico. It's strange things are afoot, man. Stay safe. You know what I mean? Grow your own food, be nice to your neighbors, put Bitcoin in cold storage, you know, like, but I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you supporting the show. Support us with Bitcoin. Support us down here on the scroll. We have a Patreon. You get all of our live streams, all of our audio, and we have a new channel, Bitcoin Hollywood. So go over there and subscribe. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. That's how we make Gotham great again and shave your knuckles for justice.